Hello, Anthea and Kathleen. How are you?
Hi, Luca. Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Obviously, I'm Luca, the co-founder of the Living Care Company. Really appreciate your time to come on and explain your experience of care and living care in general. But shall I ask you a few questions to get us rolling?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the situation was before having living care? Who was the care for? Is it for mum or dad? And what was your sort of experience?
Well, it was for our mother, and we had people coming in for half an hour each day, and it got to 4 visits a day. And it just got to the stage where she needed somebody there all the time. So we looked at country cousins, and I Googled yourselves. And
I
yeah,
think we were given your name by somebody that I know who was using you anyway. And I'm pretty sure that's where we got you from originally.
Oh, brilliant. And what were the things you noticed with mum that was sort of signaling to you that, the 2 visits a day weren't enough, then you upped it to 3 and 4, and then at what point did you kind of conclude, actually, okay, we've got to get living care here because 4 visits a day is not satisfactory, it's not safe, and
I would say that I think the turning points, we realized, I think, first of all, that the carers weren't joining the dots between them. So mum's food delivery was eclectic, to put it mildly, and she has got dementia, so she needed quite a lot of assistance. Apart from that, one of the managers of that care company covered for her lady who used to get mum ready for bed, not put her to bed, but get her ready for bed. And she rang one of my sisters and said, I she'd not met mum before, and she said, I'm not happy with her being here on her own. I don't think she's safe. And so at that point, it confirmed what we probably already knew, that the system we had in place then, or such as it was no longer practical.
what did you think the major risks were with mum? Was it of wandering or falling or just
Falling. She's barely able to self-support.
what other care options were there on the table at that point? For example, residential care or whatnot. How did you sort of evaluate that as a family and in the end decide to go for living care?
she had quite a bad fall, and then she was in a nursing home for 3 weeks. She was keen to come home, so we realized then that it needed to be full time.
I mean, we gave her the choice. She had two choices. You can either have somebody live in or you go back to the care home. We knew that there were no other options open to us, and she preferred to stay in her own home for as long as possible, which we were more than, happy to do if we could.
Were there sort of some plus points of the care home that actually you sort of value quite well, but in the end, the overall decision was to have living care?
I think the care home, what it gave her was constant interaction and stuff going on, which she doesn't get at home. Mavis is absolutely brilliant, but you don't have the stuff going on and people to chat to, which I think with her dementia and as she gets older, you can see she maybe needs a bit more interaction, but then she's in her own home, which she's comfortable and a bit more independent.
What are the most important characteristics of a living carer in your opinion? Since obviously you've had quite a bit of experience up to now, what's really non-negotiable, really important?
That there's some sort of interaction with the family. When with the 3 of us sisters, and we're quite involved. And Mavis is brilliant at keeping us up to speed. She's got a sense of humour. She's caring, and she's very patient, which you need with our mother on occasion. So yeah, and she seems that as the months have gone on, her mobility, and we've had a few incidents, and it's not been great for Mavis, but she's been incredibly resilient and just sort of says that's my job, and she's been great.
Can't praise that. We've had to cover with a lady called Belina, who was again really good. Belina, great sense of humour, knew her stuff, and we've had her as a fill-in 2 or 3 times for Mavis. So we've had good and bad, so mostly good.
And the fact that you took on board our comments, which we really appreciated, because you put a lot of trust in these people. They're, in your mother's home 24/7 looking after your mother. So it's a lot of trust.
It is, isn't it? We have a red flag system where we try to evaluate someone's likely to behave given some other things. So, for example, if your carer is very boastful, at all, or, if they say inappropriate things, or, if they're always tardy, those sorts of things, then we'll red flag them and decide not to work with them, because it probably means that when they are in a position of responsibility, they won't sort of do what they're meant to do. But no, yeah, thank you. What advice would you give to other families who are considering living care? Let's say, there might be siblings, maybe the parents
We
potentially.
recommended you to our cousin, actually, because Mavis was already taking my mum to go and see my aunt, who lives about a mile up the road, and they've just decided that they needed, and I think they're using somebody through you called Puzzle.
Yes.
Patricia. I think it's Patricia.
Was it
Is it?
Patricia?
I think so.
Oh, well, anyway, but they, Caroline, did you keep my husband went round to mum's yesterday with some shopping to find that Patricia was there with my aunt. The two old dementia ladies were sitting in the sitting room having a talk to each other, such as they can. And Mavis and Patricia were in the kitchen having a coffee and a natter. So that's all worked out brilliantly. So they obviously know each other through your agency.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. That's amazing. Well,
So we've already recommended you on.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And overall, when you're looking at the mix of things, how was your experience of the living care company? The support you got, and communication, and speed of response, and really just sort of feeling that you're dealing with people that take responsibility over things. Overall, how have you found things?
I think it's been very good. I mean, the other sister is the one that communicates more than us two, but she's put very pleased with service from Sarah. Attentive, listened and took on board issues. Mavis is calm, personable, attentive, encourages mum to be as independent as possible. Great, she does longer stints, allowing continuity. So that's from my other sister. So yeah, it's very good.
That's very, very good to hear. Any other sort of pearls of wisdom that you could add that families could learn from, from your experience, and you'd like to share?
I think I would say when I was talking to my cousins, because I think most of the interaction with them when they were saying, and I said, things you need to consider is the carer going to sit and eat with your mum? Obviously, can they drive? Will they take her to the church tea parties and all this sort of stuff? And they're able to take mum out to all these appointments and that kind of thing. And also, obviously, sort of sense of humour is brilliant. There's sometimes an awful lot to laugh about. But I think I also said to my cousins, this is new for all of us on this side of the situation. And, be prepared to make mistakes. Be prepared to get someone who might not gel with your mum. Just give it 3 weeks and then reassess. We can't all get it right all the time. And until you've actually got the care in the situation with mum, theirs or ours, you're not going to know. You just have to hope for the best. And then if it works out, it's brilliant. But don't be frightened to say, like we were with the other lady that we weren't happy with, this hasn't worked out and we're not happy with her, because that's just the way of the world. Not everybody's going to gel and fit. So
Very wise advice. And I suppose the same goes for any care solution as well. It's sadly nothing can be 100%, especially in advance. You just want it to work on those main key things. Is the person safe? Are they being looked after and sort of cared for, and obviously fed and watered and clean and treated with respect, really?
If you pop round unexpected, they're sitting watching telly together or sitting in the kitchen having just had lunch together. And it's the fact that it's not, sit her in front of the telly and leave her.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's a really good sign, isn't it? That things are just nice and relaxed and natural.
yeah. But also maybe it's found, I think I'm no good at this television thing, but you found sort of, she now knows how to get into various box sets or something. So she'd always have to watch the whole series of The Midwife because mum loves that. So, and she's good at doing all that kind of thing, which is great. Not that mum watches most of it, she sleeps through it, but anyway, it's the thoughts there.
Well, yeah, she's obviously very relaxed. So, well, that's really, really appreciated, Anthea and Kathleen. Thank you so much for your time. Can't thank you enough. And
Thank you for all you do. And yeah, Sarah certainly in the office has been brilliant. So thank you for the.
Really professional. She's a very kind person. Well, they all are, but very responsible, kind, and reliable, which is
Yeah.
what we love. And if you need anything, obviously feel free to speak to me as well. I'm always available, even at the weekend. So
Okay,
Thanks
thanks.
for all the support. We appreciate the support that comes from your end as well. It's really appreciated.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you. Bye.